DC, Eclipse, Image, Malibu, Marvel. Uh, he did some animation work on Batman the Animated Series, Dungeons and Dragons animated
Malibu,
series,
man.
Superman. Uh,
Malibu. That's one we not a lot of people probably know about is Malibu.
well, yeah, yeah, I've got quite a few old Malibu books that I got. I got a big. I bought like this big lot of comics one time, and I got like all these weird like indie imprints and stuff and publishers. And I got a lot of Malibu stuff in it too. So I've got some. I've got Destroyer Duck somewhere around here. I've got that book.
Um, he was assigned to DC for a lot of different things. Um, I'm reading here, and it kind of sucks. He was slated to write a series for the Spectre, but he wanted to watch the last day of shooting of the Howard the Duck film, and he missed the deadline for issue 1. So they assigned another writer to Spectre. I would have loved to see a Gerber Spectre book. It probably would have been weird and out there, and I would have loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it's surprising that they wouldn't. There's got to be. He must have had scripts done for it or something. Like maybe one day they'll print it or do it.
But Gerber, I mean, he's won Eagle Award for Howard the Duck. So Howard the Duck #3 was an Eagle Award winning book in 1977. It won multiple awards. Howard won multiple awards in 1977. Eagle Awards for humor, favorite new comic book title. He was nominated for favorite comic book writer.
It's so weird that people don't that think of him as such a non-character, and it's like people almost lump him in with like the Star Comics characters. And it's like no, Howard is a in continuity canon
Yeah.
character that's been there since the 70s. And you know every character knows of him, like from Captain America on down. They all know he's a guy that exists.
He keeps Spider-Man on. He has Spider-Man on like speed dial nowadays. Like like Howard always says, like, you know what, I know Spider-Man, and Spider-Man, he's like, oh, you know, he's like, damn it, you know, I know if I get involved with Howard, weird shit's gonna happen. But Spider-Man at the same time kind of has this fondness for Howard. Like, there are characters that truly do love Howard. Like, Spider-Man has a fondness for him. She-Hulk has a fondness for Howard. She has gone to bat for Howard multiple times. Even though he doesn't have much cognizance, Man-Thing and Howard have a very special. In fact, Howard's usually the only one that can control Man-Thing.
Yeah, well, Franklin Richards as well has been known to be in contact with the Man-Thing telepathically.
But one of the few characters, him and Franklin can do it all.
Yeah, he's a god.
He is a god. He's a god coming back, because we know him and Valeria are coming back, which will be a show. We're gonna do a show on the Fantastic Children.
Oh yeah, the whole force coming back. You know, Reed and Sue aren't far behind.
Oh, not far behind at all. But his run-ins with the Man-Thing, his ability to just kind of go in there with other heroes. He's good with Machine Man and the life model decoy of Dum Dum Dugan. They've teamed up multiple times.
It's weird that, like, I think books that are kind of in the same spirit as Howard the Duck was in the 70s, books today that are almost more in the spirit of what Howard the Duck was than Howard is, are like Superior Foes or like Gwenpool, that are books that just kind of like Superior Foes is more like canon, kind of these old washed out villains, but they're like it shows like their daily lives, like
yeah,
villains doing stupid shit like behind the scenes, and then Dr. Bong is in that, so there's a direct reference to old Howard the Duck in that book, and that's kind of in the same spirit as Howard. Gwenpool in a way, because she's I really like that book, and it's getting canceled, I think, but I really like that character. She was a person from our world that somehow was pulled into the 616 Marvel Universe, and knows it. She's like, almost, her name is like Gwen Poole, I guess, but I mean, In a way, she's kind of like Deadpool in that she can break the fourth wall in a way that she knows she's a real person in a comic book world, and she knows everybody's secret identities, and then people freak out on her because she knows who people are. It's like, hey, and they're like, oh, how do you know me? Who are you?
Howard, if anybody wants to read more about Howard, you can go out. There's the Howard the Buck. It's going to cost you a couple bucks. The Howard the Duck Omnibus.
Yeah, those are expensive.
They're
really nice. They're really nice
books. And the good thing with the Howard the Duck Omnibus is not only do you get all the Howard issues, you get the Man-Thing issues, but you also get Foom. You also get his appearance in Foom, Friends of Old Marvel.
Yeah, that just kicked off again recently, and I got the first issue.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get the issue. My shop didn't get it, which kind of sucks. But it's that one is all in color. It's beautiful. It usually will run you about $100 or so, unless you go on see if your shop maybe on Free Comic Book Day is running a sale where maybe hardbacks, trays are 50% off or something like that. And then you can pick that up. Yeah. There's also
if you got one of those bookstores that's like half price books or whatever they are, that I don't know if that's even still around anymore. But there was one here, and they have a lot of people. Drop off graphic novels there and stuff, and you can find a lot of this stuff.
If you want cheaper, there is the Essential Howard the Duck book. Now, the Essential line from Marvel, those are black and white. There's no color in those. But you'll get you'll get the Man-Thing stories, Adventure into Fear. You'll get the full run of the first series of Howard, and then Media Duckling is its own trade, and then the newer books, the newest series, the 2 series for all new, all different Marvel, those are in trade. So make sure, if you want to know more about Howard, you go pick those up. Really good, fun reads. I think people will have a lot of fun reading those and just hearing his, his social commentary from the 70s, is in 80s is amazing.
And you'll be surprised how that character developed over the decades and how important he ended up being through the 90s, especially.
And he still makes appearances today. He's been in both the Guardians movies. He's been in Ultimate Spider-Man, the TV show. He's been in the Guardians TV show. He's been in, he was in Hulk, Agents of Smash.
I still think they're making a big mistake not having him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They should just have him hanging around S.H.I.E.L.D. They should do that storyline and have him trying to get his citizenship and just keep bugging the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, he just hangs out at their offices and refuses to leave.
That would be
So hilarious. They just let him hang around.
Now, next week, we're going to be doing one of Chief's favorite characters. Next week, we're going to be talking the origins and the history of Bruce Banner, the strongest there is, the Incredible Hulk.
That's right, the Banner Hulk, the one and only. Well, we'll get into some of the other Hulks, too, but I mean, mostly it's a Banner Hulk talk.
Banner Hulk talk. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This is the end of the main part of the show. Next up, we're going to be talking some DC Comics. But before we do that, I want to remind everybody we got the YouTube out there. We're on the Stardust app, so you can check out our movie. At least for me right now, we're getting Chief hooked up on that.
I gotta figure out. My phone won't accept it. I gotta find out why. And it could be as simple as maybe like rebooting the phone or something. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll
check that out. Make sure if you comment on our YouTube videos, comment on a relative video. If you have a comment, make sure you go to the relative video and comment on that. We're getting the year rolling. We're gonna be putting some more movie commentary up there. We're making our list, checking it twice for the next movies we're gonna be putting up there.
I've got some good ones coming. It's gonna be worth the wait, everybody, because I got some more Red Brown coming your way. I got we all love Red Brown. We love his toddler-like trundle.
Oh yeah.
And his feminine scream. We love him. Well, I love Red Brown. I could watch everything the guy does. But I've got much more Red Brown and some other Filipino action movies. Got some good stuff coming.
So with that, let's hit that spoiler alert because it's time to talk this week's DC Comics.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The Renegades are about to spoil this week's DC Comics.
So this week, Chief, we actually got the first in the new Age of Heroes books that DC is going to be putting out. Did you read Damage?
I did not.
Okay, let me.
I do. Wait, no, I did not. That's the Hulk, the DC version of the Hulk, right?
Yes.
No, I read my typical books, Batman, Superman. I did read finish up the Super Sons arc, and let's see, Batman, Superman, Super Sons, and Justice League this week for me.
I got Damage, Nightwing, and Batman, and Aquaman. So good little variety there to talk about. So Damage, that's going to be the big book this week because it's that first issue of a brand new Age of Heroes books that's coming out. And Damage, they're saying it's straight out of the pages of Metal. It's because even on the cover of this book it has DC Metal, Dark Knight's Metal on it over there. So I'm reading this book and I'm seeing.
I'll probably pick up the hard copy now since it sounds like it's probably pretty cool. I can see in here mirroring a lot, like we said, this kind of looks like a Hulk type character, and I can see things that mirror not only Banner but also the Red Hulk from U.S. Avengers. So because the same way that Hulk can only stay Hulk for like an hour, Damage can only be Damage for 1 hour a day, it looks like. So the character, I don't know much about the character right now. This book, there was not a lot of setup of who this character is or what it is. The character is a soldier who was experimented on. He breaks free as Damage and starts running amok. There's this other soldier who says he should have been Damage, and he gets into like a Hulkbuster type armor to try to stop him and gets his ass handed to him. The colonel who created Damage looks like a female Nick Fury. I mean, eye patch, scar down the face, the whole 9 yards. The coolest thing about this book is the colonel is looking at the damage that Damage caused. And she just goes, it's not, she's talking, they found the corpse of the pilot that was transporting Damage. And she looks at it's in a body bag, and she looks at it and she says, it's not your fault. And then somebody off screen goes, no, it's yours. And she turns around, and it's Amanda Waller. And Waller says, because you fucked up, I gotta clean it up, and I brought Task Force X. And then you see the Suicide Squad. So introduced to the regular DC universe.
Yeah. So, and now I am a huge fan of anything with Amanda Waller. I think Amanda Waller is one of the greatest characters DC's got.
She just got a hold of Captain Cold, by the way. So, in the latest issue of Flash.
I love it. So, but it's kind of the same premise where there's a soldier, he becomes this Damage character, and the dialogue is that you can hear his thoughts like, you don't need to destroy, we can be better than this, trying to control the beast. So it is very Hulkish.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where this goes with this book. There's other books in this new age of heroes that I'm looking forward to, like the Immortal Men. I'm really looking forward to.
They've hinted at that it is a dual personality kind of thing too. It's like it's because that's the dual nature of Banner is that the Hulk and Banner are really two separate beings, and mostly hate each other.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same way here. But like I was saying, there's some of these, the new age of heroes, there's some books I'm really looking for. Like, I'm looking forward to the Immortal Men. And I'm looking forward to the Terrifics, because that's like Mr. Terrific. It's Plastic Man. I'm really looking forward to that one because of the return of Plastic Man. I read a preview of that. It was only like a couple page preview.
Been that egg a long time.
Yeah, he's finally coming out of the egg. And maybe we'll find out why everybody fears him so much.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. All through, I always wanted that since like Dark. I don't know a ton about Plastic Man's backstory, but since like Dark Knight 2, I know he's been in that weird egg thing at least, and it's probably, I'm sure it predates that by some time, but they treat him like he is like a doomsday device pretty much. They keep him in that thing, and it's like, what? Why is he so powerful, and why is everyone terrified of him?
Yeah. So Damage, interesting first book. I love the appearance by Amanda Waller because immediately, I mean, you look at the Nick Fury lady, and she's intimidating. But as soon as Amanda Waller comes in, you could